Lisa, Annette Benning last night at her tribute said something very interesting about the difference between words and visual. That screenwriting is one thing, dense dialogue is one thing, but then as an actor, a lot of the time, you want silence. And I wondered if you could talk a little bit about that process in Your Kids Are All Right, of simplifying and making it work.
Yeah, it's an interesting part. I think I'm the only person on this panel
who's a director.
Well, who directed
in this
they
case.
wrote, so it's interesting to write for yourself and think one step ahead to that, and then get into it as well with an actor and go through yet another phase of looking at the screenplay. And that Benning was an extraordinary person to work with because she really loves the text. She really loves to get in there and talk about what's going on and how to, modify maybe the script before we get in and shoot. So there was stuff that we looked at that we, as she spoke about last night, kept paring back at dialogue and text to really get to the essence of what was happening in the moments and the scenes. But again, back to the original question, one of the great things about spending so much time and letting all this material marinate and really asking hard questions of it over the years was that we could distill it down to what the essence of it was. And while I knew that we had to be concerned with plot and how do we make 5, main characters have quick but complete arcs and intersect in a way that isn't episodic but is integrated into one complete whole, and then in that way become a bigger idea than itself, than the constituent parts, and have a theme and whatnot. I mean, these things become like kind of, bad math problems. They're very difficult. And so, at a certain point you hope that you kind of crack that to transcend that and get to something that's richer, that is thematic and transcendent. And I'm sure that's what we all kind of like are just, praying for at our altars of, whatever we do. So that was the process. And then finally, you're digging deeper and you're pushing away all the stuff that's superfluous and not necessary, and you're kind of cracking the character and the arc and how it intersects and the causality of each person's issue and dilemma and plot and whatnot. And then you get into that stuff, and all of a sudden you're kind of liberated because you realize I don't need to say this. The story's saying it already, and it indeed less is more, and it's the audience is going to get it. And they're going to really appreciate not being told it, but being shown it through the actor, and in that way, I think, have a more visceral and identified experience of it. So for me as a writer-director, that's like the real joy of working a script to that core, and then handing it over to these consummate actors and letting them, transform it to this higher level. It's hard work. But, once you get there, and the pleasures are few and far between, but the pleasures are big. And I guess we're all kind of addicted to those pleasures. Because when they come, they are transcendent. They're beautiful moments.
Well, Tarantino talks about the whole process of making a movie, that the editing is part of the writing as well. And you showed the movie at Sundance, and I enjoyed it and got a big kick out of it. And then I saw it again at the Los Angeles Film Festival, and it was funnier. What did you do?
Yeah, that was a big misery. Without going into the backstory of how this film actually got made, I was given you are now a serf, you have no voice, get this thing to Sundance, this is where we have to sell it, by a person who was not even in this country. So I spent the holidays of that year cutting away, and I said, I'm not going to be able to finish it, but I will get it into shape that you can show it, and buyer beware, and I'll do my best. We had a temp score, and we just cut to the last minute when I had to send it off and get it digitally reproduced to show it. And it was mortifying for me because, of course, you want to put a big fat disclaimer on your movie and say, this is not finished! Don't hold me accountable! You know, and as anybody knows, and writers know from drafts and working closely with directors and being involved, I'm sure everybody here was really intimate with the whole project to the end. In the cutting room, every little beat and every little rhythm and everything that, you know, whether it's they talk about, oh, you need to lose 2 minutes. 2 minutes can be huge. It can make you dig the film or like feel like something was weird with that film, you know? I mean, it's a very odd thing. And so I felt like we didn't do our last pass. We did not finish the fine cut of this film where that rhythm is dead on and everything is working right.
The good news is that you did sell it, and you were able to take the time to finesse it, and it seems to have been a happy ending.
It was a happy ending, and that night was a happy ending, but I have to say it was surreal. I had one of those Annette Bening experiences where everything sort of stopped, and I'm watching this movie with a Sundance crowd for the first time, and everything's riding on this sail, or if the film's working, and people are laughing, and I have this horrified feeling like that the joke was on me somehow.